no joke.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Quality Comedy Time with me. I'm your host, Quincy Carr, and we're going to have another good time tonight. We are starting a little bit earlier, but for good reasons, as I mentioned in the other posts. Tonight's guest is actually his brother, good dude, good friend of mine for a while now, and his comedy special is making its national TV debut tonight. All this month, it's been guests. My peeps out in LA, just all over. But, you know, it's just been really interesting, and this is not going to be any different. But before I introduce him, you guys got to check this clip out.
You ever see the kid disrespecting you, get offended like they talking to you? I was looking at the mother like, knock him out. Go ahead, please. Knock him out. Please knock him out. Knock him out. She was looking at me. I'm like, tag me in. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Shut up. Shut up. You don't tell her to shut up. You crazy. Shut up! You the mommy, you got a knife to put him in place. Now you get up in front of this whole store, you apologize. You know, you get what I was trying to show you. You just want to put a little fear in them, just a little something. Kind of like I did it, but a little less,
Look, this is my guy here. I've been knowing him for the past 7 years. Brother out of Chicago. He's one of the hottest comics in the business. He's actor as well. He's got one of the most hilarious 1-hour comedy specials out right now that actually it debuts on national TV on the CW. We'll talk about that here shortly. You can also hear him on XM Radio. He can be heard on Netflix, TV One, BET, TruTV. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, my dude, Brewer. What's going on, my man?
What's up, man? What's up, man? How you doing?
You muted. There you go. You unmuted.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear. I think it was a little delay, so anytime your camera moves, it probably causes a little delay. But
we're good now.
I see you in your kitchen.
Yeah, I am in my kitchen. Has the best light. I want to get some more light, but I see this bread. It's real light. Hold on, like.
This brother's in the kitchen. That's a nice kitchen too, Bear.
Thank you. Can you see that still?
Yeah, man. That's a beautiful kitchen. Like, you know, my wife and I are thinking about going with gray cabinets. So you just helped us out. Now, we ain't balling like that to get, you know, stainless steel appliances. I mean,
okay. It wasn't meant to be there. It just was the light. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm running like a chicken with a head cut off, so I'm trying to make it happen.
Bruh, you got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with your career and your life, you know, and I mean, let's just get right into it. Like, you know, off the top, it's been crazy for a lot of comics, right? So, You know, do you have any funny stories that you can share with our guests? Just anything that's kind of happened to you that you know you can't wait to talk about on stage?
Man, the quarantine. I was standing in a restaurant day before yesterday,
Yeah.
and I forgot to put my mask on because my mom was in the car. I ran in the store to get her food.
Yeah.
And everybody's standing there with their mask on. It's 2 people. They stand there with their mask on, and I'm just like sitting there, and I forget I don't have it on, and I just feel them kind of like nudging away from me, right? Like,
Right.
and it's 2 people, the lady and the man. I was like, I forgot my mask. I just ran in here. I don't got nothing. Y'all can stop feeling uncomfortable. I know I ain't got my mask on. And they just started up laughing because they both I felt them moving away. Like, I just felt them like, oh my God, he doesn't have a mask on. I said, but you have your mask on. So everybody's safe, like no worries. Like, it's just the fear factor that makes people like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Here. So I just wanted to talk about that on stage and just fear versus like common sense, and how when you're afraid, you don't even use your common sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I know how folks have been, because I made a little quick video, a little quick skit, like about after the first couple of weeks when here in Virginia we started going into quarantine, right? And it was like me, my wife, and her cousin, and we were all standing around each other talking, and then she coughed, and at that moment he looked at her and said, "You got one." You only got one cough, and that's it. You don't get to cough multiple times. So
you out of there.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Like that's the mood I think everybody's gonna be feeling during this whole thing. And now I think people, you watching states open up, and now you watching them same states close right on down back again. And so it's like y'all in a rush to do what? Like this thing is real.
Yeah, is that light better?
I think the other light was better. Like, turn that light off. Yeah.
That works. Sorry.
Yeah, and do you happen to have any headphones by chance?
I do. Do you have the
Because I can hear you, but I want to make sure that it doesn't cut you off.
Give me the games. Yes.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
She gonna give me them. I got the gamer thing. The gamer headphones look like a newscaster. Before the NBA Finals, we have LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard. You know that's possible this season. The way they do in the playoffs. Never mind. I'm talking about basketball.
No, that's fine. Cause like I was about to say, that's how they be on NBA TV. Like they all got the big headphones, and they try to talk, be like, ain't nobody got no updated mics.
I think those get the best because they stop any noise around them. So I don't know if they built anything different, so you can hear it clearly, and it stops the other elements that's not close to the mic. So, but yeah.
Well, look, like while you're getting your mic, man, because I know that you don't have that much time. You got a bunch of things that's going on. As we mentioned, your comedy special, which has already been on Amazon Prime for the last year, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's now hitting national TV, the CW network, right? So, yeah, that's got to be like crazy exciting, and just how you and I met, right? Well, hold up. And make sure I can still hear you.
1, 2. Yeah. We good? Okay, great.
Yeah. So me and you met, gosh, I can't remember the year, maybe 2012 or something. Man. I know it was at the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach.
And we met when I was opening up, featuring for Some More.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
Ooh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, bro, and I know I was there because back in 2000, I think from like 2008 to 2009, I used to feature in Open 4 too. So she was like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna be in town. If you want to come through, I can get you some tickets." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And that's when I saw you. And the first thing I said, because at the time I had my monthly show running out of that club. And it was, all clean adult humor, no cursing and all that, but it wasn't a church type show. So I saw you hit the stage, and I said, and I'm just watching. I'm just like, hold up, this brother looked like he would hit you with what Some More hit you with, because Some More is brilliant.
Yes,
but
very strong.
But you didn't drop any curse words, and I said that was what I know I was doing, opening for her as well. And I said, I gotta get this. I gotta find out who this dude is and see if he'll come back to do my show. And that's how we connected. And then I brought you down. And I remember I took you to the guitar
center to get the piano. Your show is one of the first. No, maybe the first or second. But yeah, I started headlining using the piano. So that was preparing me for my special. Actually, those jokes. So yes, that was one of the moments that prepared me. That was one of the earlier times because I was used to never bringing the piano on stage, just doing straight stand up. And people like, man, you need to add that element, man. You can play that. So yeah, thank you so much for that, man. It's been a blessing. I'm grateful for the opportunity too.
Yeah, no problem. And before I continue, let me make sure if that's me. That's because I feel like there's like a static noise. I want to make sure that that's not my headphones. Give me 1 second.
You sure that's not the background of the refrigerator?
Let me make sure. All right, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe that was coming in my ear through my static. As long as I still sound the same, then I'm good. Okay. Yeah. I didn't want that to be a part of the record. Now, what's your best memory about working with Some More? Like,
Man, seeing her process, seeing her go to stage, come back and says, how did that hit? I like that. I went a different way that I thought I was going to go, just to see the dynamic of a great comic who's been doing it forever that her process was similar to mine. Also, just being able to share a stage with her and her be like, because you always hear about bigger comics allowing the newer comics to open up a feature for them, but them not being able, the newer comics or features not being able to be as funny as they can be because they don't want to lose the opportunity. But her being such a monster, say you go out there and you rip it, you don't leave nothing. Her giving me that freedom just to go out there and smash. Because she felt like I started holding back, because I was holding back, because I was like, she's like, you ain't gonna show me up. I do this. You know what I mean? Like, go out there and do your thing. I'm gonna go out there and do my thing. Let's give these people a show. She's about the audience enjoying themselves to the best of their ability, man. It's such an honor and a privilege, and grateful for her and her manager and all the people just giving me that opportunity, because before then it was just Rodney Perry and some more that gave me the opportunity to go on the road with them.
Absolutely. And Shannon Parker, she's actually one of the local area comedians here, here in the 757, and she's like, it's a favorite female comedian.
Yes, she's one of the greats. Like, that's just hands down, she's one of the greats. I remember seeing her when I was 19 at the UIT Pavilion. Her, Bruce, D.O. Hughley, and she tore it down. That was the first time I was like, oh, she's a real comic. Like, she ain't just, some women can go and have a thing, or she stands flat-footed and brilliant and talks about everything.
That's the one way that I describe her, right? Is she performs comedy like a dude, meaning
they would be offended at that. That everything's politically correct. So I don't know if you might want to check with the feminist movement to make sure that was okay to say.
Right. Look. I mean, but like, real talk, like, she performs comedy like a guy is expected to perform comedy, because of the way the industry is. When you're a female comic, you gotta talk about certain subjects and just stick with certain subjects. She can hit from every angle, and she'll have dudes wilding out,
everybody,
women, and so that's the one thing I know I took from her, because when they asked me if I was interested in, in working with her, I'm like, but y'all know I don't talk like that on stage. They said, no, we saw something. I think it was a performance I did. As a matter of fact, it was a time where I thought in 06, right? Because you started in 01, right?
I started 02.
02. Okay. So I started in 99. I tell the young folks, the late 1900s. Right? So I started then, and I thought in 06, this was my prime opportunity. I got a chance to feature for Ricky Smiley at this place, at this venue called Chrysler Hall, right? Big place, 1,800 people that was in there. And I thought it was on. I thought this is about to hit. And I got some work and I got some things. And then the very next year I got another opportunity, and it was with Bruce. And it was from there I did a bit. I forgot what the bit was, but somehow some more had saw it, and they reached out to the promoter. And then that's how they contacted me and said, hey, do you want to come down here? I think she was in Richmond, Virginia. So it was about an hour and a half away. She said, if you can come up here, I can introduce you to her, and we could talk about, if you're interested in open. I'm like, yeah. Right? So I'm like, it's about to hit. And we got a chance to work together, and I'm just watching this woman. And like you said, her work ethic and her preparation, and a lot of people don't know, like, she really cares about how she looks. Like, on stage, it looks like, hey, look, I don't care how you think about me. I'm going to, no. She'll be backstage, and she'll be, hold up. Is that on my face? Is that, okay. I got to take that off. So she's like so down to earth, and she could talk to you and you could talk to her. So that was one of my favorite memories.
She is that. She's 100% that. I will always tip my hat off if I'm ever in a position to do anything to help her. If she need help moving, I'm there. Whatever. Like, I pick up boxes. It was a blessing. It was definitely a great opportunity, man. I think she's one of the because we meet people and people get high up in their careers and they lose their way. She gave back, and how that opportunity presented for me, I randomly showed up to a show in Florida and I asked for some time. It's her show getting paid. They said, oh, you did some time? I was like, yeah. They was like, you funny? I was like, yeah, I'm funny. They was like, okay, give them 5 minutes. And that's when they saw me perform. And that's when she's like, oh yeah, you You move around, okay, yeah, you come on the road with me. So that's how that works. And she didn't know me. Well, she did know I did Comic View, but she didn't really know me or remembered me necessarily, but gave me an opportunity to perform on her show.
Okay.
And that's how it was really dope.
Yeah, well, you got a fan on here. I think it was Dejan. Was that
Dejan Jernigan? He is
yeah.
also a comedian. He's a writer. He does it all. He's very talented. He's a great guy. I appreciate him. He's actually he ain't been hitting the stage in a while, but man, he's talented. He used to be a ball player.
Yeah.
He's just a good dude, man. So thank you, Dejan. Appreciate you, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's a stand-up. He called himself the Deacon. You got to have him out there when you open back up. He's really funny.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Clean too. Clean.
Hey, look, bro. Look, my thing is, you can curse and do whatever you do, but if you're able to just still deliver it clean and creative and make the people laugh, you're more than welcome. And that's the way I look at it for everybody. And it actually is cool because it brings me to this here. Now, like you and I both, probably one of the last breeds of comics that come from the old school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the old school is you hit stages, you do, time, and you build your set. The new school of comics, which, some veteran comics have, been a little, take little shots at, man, they just putting out videos and they don't even have a set. But here's the truth of it all. You have morphed between the veteran old school style and the new style because you do videos and your stuff has been viral and you've been a part of a lot of viral stuff. So talk a little bit about how you made that transition, man, because I think it's very interesting.
Man, well, yeah, it's not getting stuck in your ways. It's kind of like that person who's trying to keep up with the times and evolve, not getting stuck in one way, seeing like, oh, that works now. So let me find out what's me in that world. How can I evolve in that? You know what I mean? When you think of music and you think of people who are timeless and how they kept up with the times, they found themselves and their style in every generation and every facet. So I think for me as a comic, being definitely a big part of the old school way, just saying, I'm not going to hate on these little, I ain't going to say that sound like hating on these little internet comedians. I wouldn't say that. Because I don't mean it in that way, but I'm not gonna hate on how the internet comedians are getting their way. Me as a stand-up, I'm funny, so I'm just gonna use what I learned from them and apply it to my career. Like it's one thing to sit there and point the fingers and, oh yeah, they ain't a real comedian, blah blah blah. They don't get on stage. Okay, I do that and that. So you know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna see the difference in my strength as a comic when I do internet comedy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I ain't hating on nobody because they got in the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it how you can, man. Much respect to you. I'm going to do it the way I believe I'm meant to do it. And I believe my results is going to be, what they're going to be because of that. So.
Yeah, and definitely like when it's your time, it's your time. Like I truly believe right place, right time, right person see you. Yes. That's really what it boils down to. And, with what you've been able to morph into where you are now, you moved out to LA. Now, how long after you had started in the comedy game did you move out to LA? Because you had already done TV One or
no, I had moved out to LA before that. I moved out to LA 2 years after doing stand-up. 2004, I moved out to LA.
Oh, wow.
I had started doing stand-up 2002. After 2 years, I moved out to LA. That same year I moved out to LA, my first TV opportunity was BET's Coming to the Stage, the second season.
That's the one I got denied on. They said, we're looking for, like, I remember the letter, bro. I got it in the mail and I'm excited. I sent them a little tape from this mainstream comedy club that I started out. And that joke said, we're looking for more of an urban, something that appeals to an urban audience. And I was like, Am I that mainstream where I get that type of letter? So I'll never forget. I got that letter in a stowaway box, bro. So congrats to even get that, because I was pissed for a while.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was. I was in LA. I remember. I still keep in touch with her. Her name is Joyce Coleman. Mm-hmm. She was the one of the producers of the show, and she just liked my church. I had a church thing. My grandma character I was doing at the time. And for whatever reason, that meant a lot to her, and she loved it, and she gave me an opportunity for that. So it was just a great opportunity and encouragement to know that this is what I was meant to do. So, I think God gave me that moment to keep me encouraged while I was out there. 'Cause it was my first year. Let me know I was doing the right thing.
Right, right, and then the fact that you're out there in LA, it doesn't take long before comics start venturing into the acting world, man. And you definitely ventured into the acting world, like
Definitely.
so it's like it's popping for you right now, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's subjective or objective, given what popping is to people. Where I want to be, it's a blessing. It's moving forward, but it ain't popping yet. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But I've always thought comedy, stand up, and acting worked hand in hand because of the careers that I watched before me, like Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy.
right.
Looking at the Bill Cosbys of the world, and looking at these people's careers, I've always often thought that it was one and the same, even though it's not.
Yeah,
I'm fortunate to have a gift to be able to act as well. But
yeah.
yeah, man, it's going well. It's been a journey, man, but definitely it's some things moving forward. Uh, it's a blessing to be a part of 2 shows on TV right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like one of them is this one right here. This is bruh
No, this is
or
games people play.
games people play, right? And this one was out last year, and I believe that they're on their way to a second season. Is that correct?
Yes, we'll be filming once the world opens back up. We was about to go into filming before COVID, but they're waiting to get the green light so we can record, film the second season.
Gotcha,
I
gotcha.
love this scene, by the way. This scene is hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Cronus looks so much taller than me.
Like what is your character's role? Because you look like that you are always on 100.
It does look like that. So I play Eric, an IT guy from New York, and dating my girlfriend. She's a reporter / journalist, and she moves from New York to LA. And
Yeah,
this case around this big star NBA player and his wife, he had an affair, and the lady died, and they're trying to frame them or frame her for it, which is
right.
London, played by Lauren London.
Yeah,
And so I'm basically an IT guy, and I come out there to visit my girlfriend. I become a part of the whole scheme because I'm really smart with the computers to help, get all the information to prove her innocence, given that
uh,
that's my girlfriend's best friend. And so it's just all of this, and Parker is in there from my wife and kids.
yeah.
She's like the goddess or the girl, the I don't want to say like the Kim Kardashian. No, like
You can't compare it.
the early, I'm trying to give people a concept to understand her character. But anyway, it's this world, man, that was great, man. I never thought I could play a IT guy. I never thought I was even that articulate. So I was really honored to be able to do it.
Right.
Because
That was my next question. Like
yeah,
when you got that role, like how did you get into that role? Because you got to be able to morph into all different types.
man. So how my approach to characters is trying to find that authentic aspect of that character deep.
Hold up, I think I lost your mic. Yep. No. Yeah, I would say unplug it. Yeah.
About now,
Yep. Yep.
I'm
I hear you.
back.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to hit that. So, basically, yeah. So this character is from New York. He's African American man. Dating this girl. He's a square. He's really into his craft. As
Yeah.
an IT guy, he's really smart, but he really loves her. He's absolutely in love with her. So it wasn't too far fetched. I think once I put glasses on, it's easy for me to look nerdy and just read be that character. It wasn't that hard. Maybe I'm not as cool as I think I am. Maybe that's the truth of it.
Right. Right. Because everything is like
And that's how I talk. That's how I talk.
right. My man's like, put your phone. I need your phone because people are tapping. They are tapping.
Oh yeah, I was doing that.
Who was they? Be like, everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody is tapping.
Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
it's crazy, just speaking real to be transparent,
Mhm.
as an actor, as a stand-up coming into acting world, it's amazing how when you dive into the character, you literally become him. Like you respond as though you're the character and not as yourself. Like when you're so invested into being in the moment that you will make some decisions that you wouldn't have necessarily made
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So that is something I've learned, and it is kind of like I could watch myself back. I'm like, that's not me. That came from somewhere else for sure. So
That's
that's
the most beautiful thing about acting that I know I found out as well, because they'll also say, discover your character, right?
yes.
Discover, like, don't just read the lines, like, discover who that character is. And then when they say make a decision, they say, is that something the character would do? Is that something that personality, that character would, not you, would that character do that? So when you get into acting, and some people got to take a lot of acting classes, like, did you take any, or did you have to take a lot of acting classes, or was it just an opportunity that you were blessed with?
I did take some. I took one. I say 1.5.
Mhm.
Shout out to Sabrina. Thank you so much, Zachary and Elaine. Thank y'all so much for chiming in.
Yeah.
I took the late great Dustin Felder. He's a young guy that was from Philly that worked with Jaden Smith
Mhm.
on Karate Kid and stuff like that. I studied with him for a brief minute, and I can't remember this lady name, but her dad played on The Sopranos. But when I first moved to LA, I took a quick acting class, but it wasn't a heavy study for me. Personally, for me, I studied the greats. I studied Martin. I think in my stand-up, I'm so theatrical that
Mhm.
that's helped me in acting.
Yeah.
Studying Martin Lawrence, he's theatrical on stage in his stand-up. So he's become the character. So me watching him and studying him over the years, I think prepared me and was preparing me for acting always.
Mm.
So when you see my stand-up special, you can tell like, oh, he can definitely transition into acting. It wasn't something I knew I was doing. It was just the person who influenced me. I kind of was working on those chops in my stand-up.
Yeah, they will say, in a lot of cases, and that's my wife responding. I know firsthand about actors morphing into characters.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Bro, hey, look. So here's a funny story. When I played this role, because I played a nerd in this film called Employee of the Year. So our daughter had just been born. Well, she was probably 3 or something, but we had to do family photos. My wife is real big on got to do family photos, and I was so entrenched into this character Marvin, because I would have to wear glasses and all that stuff, that I took a family photo. I don't wear glasses. Well, I got to wear them now as reading glasses because I'm getting old, but right. But I don't wear glasses, right? And I was into that character so deep that I took a family portrait that lives forever buried. I took a family portrait with glasses on, and my wife is like, are you really going to take a picture as the character and not Quincy? I'm like, I am him. So
I am him, and he is me.
Right. Like you really get in deep into those characters, and on top of what you have going on, on BET, you also landed an opportunity with Tyler Perry's platform. Was it BET Plus, right?
BET Plus, yes.
Got you. And that show is called
Bruh. Yes,
and
bruh.
And that's exactly how we would say,
bruh. Come on, bro.
Bro, and that just started about 9-10 weeks ago or something.
Yep. It's 10 episodes in. Came out May 5th, May 7th, something like that. And yeah, man, I played John. Me and my 4 friends from college, man, we're navigating life. I'm the one friend that didn't finish college, and all of them have a very successful careers as I'm trying to navigate what I want to do. They've loaned me some money to open up a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And I am just trying to find my way. And my mom is
your mom is a trip.
A trip. That's the word. That's what she is.
Yes, because she's always flirting with
my friends.
Is it the one that's a doctor?
Well, she flirts with all of them. The only one she don't flirt with as much is Mike, but she does flirt with all of them.
Yeah. This is Rosie Foster saying, Barry, you are absolutely the best. I'm your #1 fan. You got #1.
Rosie, thank you. I didn't know.
She She jumped over everybody else who's a number one fan. She is the number one fan, bro.
She gets the number one. Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So as far as that particular role, right? And I know it's a little bit different than the other role in games people play, but how did you come across that one?
So, doing my sketches, I got an opportunity to audition for the show, and so they saw a sketch. Tyler Perry Studios saw a sketch of mine and thought that all of us, I got the whole crew stupid sketch that I did with Ja and Minx. Yeah. And from that sketch, given the show being bruh, they sent all of us all the roles and said, hey, we want y'all to audition when it's trying to, find some actors. So I picked the role that I thought I was good for, which was John. And I went to audition for it. It's different levels. You audition for the casting director, and you go up to the producer session, then you go up to the screening session. And so I auditioned, made it, and got the part. So, it wasn't like I ain't big enough yet where someone's just offering me the role. So I had to go and earn it. So grateful to God I got it.
Hold on, time out. You are big enough because my man here, Scrap Dooley, another comedian here in the 757. Shout outs to all the
Shout out Scrap Dooley.
My man said that you the dude that people say he looked like, and now that I'm looking at him, I'm like, you do kind of look like Barry Brewer a little bit, man.
I gotta see a closer picture of him.
Well, yeah.
Well, like a handsome brother. What's up, Scrap? What's up, handsome brother? What's up, twin?
Yeah, man, y'all do kind of favor, but that just goes to show that your level of popularity, whether it's coming from the skits or whether it's coming from people seeing you on TV, it's growing. So when I say popping, I mean,
I respect it. I don't want to take it. I don't want to knock it.
Yeah.
But I'm just very, very sensitive to never get too far away from where I'm at and where I want to go, because sometimes people can feel they made it when they haven't really, gained a lot of traction. So where I want to be like, hey, Quincy, you want a movie? You want to do a feature film that's going to be in the theaters? Let's go. I got to ask nobody else. This is what I like. That's when I'm popping to me.
Yes. I'm the same way, man. And I think along the same lines, shout out to Ashley. She's our co-host on Living 757. She said, you never stop working. We're like, I can't help it. If I sit here, and Barry could probably attest to the same thing. If like in a creative mind during this time, if you allow yourself to just sulk and just sit, you will go crazy.
100%.
So
I've not been able to sit either.
Oh my gosh, like I may have grown some more gray hairs dealing with, the extra stuff that I'm dealing and or creating, but this is therapy for me. It's therapy for comics like yourself and so many others. And, it means a lot. And that also helps me transition to something that you started doing. It's on your Instagram a lot. And it's
Motivational
Mondays.
Yes.
So what led you to, be that pillar in the community for motivating folks?
Well, first of all, that's just who I am. I find myself doing that. I have two sides, and you've been fortunate or unfortunate to see both sides, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when you get to see a whole person, it builds and grows a friendship. Because you're like, yeah, we didn't have good days, just like brothers. You have good days and bad days. But I'm a person who's definitely driven and motivated to be just to leave here empty, truthfully. And so as a content creator, and as we are comedians often trying to create content, somebody told me in order to help build my audience to be more honest about the things I want to do. And honestly, I was very vulnerable and worried that wouldn't be received, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
So that's me being vulnerable and giving the world a piece of who I really am. Because if you find me talking to anybody and where ain't no cameras on or something, it's like in me. Every time I hear somebody saying they want to do something, I'm like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing to get there? Like let's go. Like, why are you just sitting there saying you want it and you ain't doing nothing to go after it? Why are you just sitting there waiting for it to never come to pass? Why are you living your life unfulfilled? You can live a fulfilled life. So it just comes out. So it was me saying, you know what? Let me just share with the world as I'm encouraging myself during this journey.
Yeah.
Let me just share it. So this has been this road that I've started to do, and I still do it with this, but it's just more so me sharing what I'm applying to my life in the very moment, and hopefully somebody, it helps someone.
It's helping more people than you think, and I know I've told you. I'll send you a text or I'll shoot you like a DM, and I'd be like, bro, you inspire me to go the extra mile. And I know how driven I already am, but sometimes I stay up. It could be 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, East Coast Standard Time or Eastern Standard Time. And I'm up watching the people out on the West Coast that really their night is kind of just getting underway. And I'm looking at stories like, when folks talk about people being crazy and having a crazy mindset, like you always are looking for something because like you said, like you're humbled enough to know that you're a hard worker, but you haven't forgotten that you're still working hard to accomplish a goal. Right. So just be satisfied with, yeah, I've done this, and people say I've done that. No, so I'm always up, and I'll see you, and I'll be like, bro, you know what? I just thought that I was done.
You say that all the time.
I'm about to go to another level, man.
Hey, and I am grateful for that. I don't take that lightly. For anybody to say, hey, man, you helped me push myself up, man. That I'm more so like in awe and honored to be that person, man. And I pray. That's why I said, even the blessing and having my show come on national TV tonight. I was telling people earlier, I was just like, and by the way, Chicago I'm Home is premiering on the CW tonight, so I need y'all to tune in, check your local listings. It comes on 9 p.m. Eastern time. Find out where it is on yours, the CW network. Please check out Chicago I'm Home. But that being on national TV, and from the infant stage of it, idea in my head, me saying how much it's going to cost, me asking people, putting together a presentation, trying to gather the resources to get it, for me going to find a venue, for me promoting the shows, and doing everything, bro. It's to then see it here. It's a dream come true. And it really, I hope people see it as like, don't wait for somebody to believe in you. Believe in yourself.
Yes, sir.
And it's sad, but it happens. People don't buy into after they see it going. You know what I mean? Like Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest. Right. He said it first. They wasn't saying he was the greatest.
Right.
I'm the greatest. I shook up the world.
Well, see, the problem could be in some cases, let's say that you always seem to put something out there that's positive. You always seem to be doing something that everybody praises. Do you ever tend to get, that feeling that some people are like, okay, here we go again. Barry is great. Barry is doing something that everybody else couldn't have done. Like, do you get that?
I try not to think about that, to be honest with you. I think I've felt it. Yeah. I've seen people act that way. I've seen, my peers act that way around me. Like, I'd be so happy about something that's happening, and they looking at you like, all right, so, and it's like, hey, bro, this can happen for you. Like, I ain't so special than you. Like, right. It's like graduation. They just call my name. They finna call yours too. Hey. And I'm gonna cheer you on. Like we all in the same class. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? And so people get like that, but I try to keep a positive attitude. Okay. Because I understand that those people are not very secure in who they are and what they have in front of them. And some of their belief system is tainted, because when you know that what's for you is for you, you can praise and highlight and applaud anybody's blessings that's coming their way. But I understand it comes from a place of insecurity where you can't praise somebody else, and you can't. So if they think, oh, here go Barry, or blah, blah, blah. I'm like Barry ain't so unique. I'm just me. Can't nobody be Quincy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Quincy gonna get to Quincy, and Barry could never be Quincy. Right. So Barry could be confident that when Quincy getting his, That's great, man. Quincy, and if I need some information, hey, man, what you do? Man, I believe I did it like this and that. Thank you, bro. So hopefully I can know that if Barry do it, he can get his blessings and can come the same way. So I don't even allow the negative people or the people that's looking at me or feeling that way.
Yeah.
I just hope I can be an example for them. And I lead by example. And at the end of the day, you're going to have haters. My motivational Monday this week was about haters. And I'm like, why give that energy? I don't even think about the people that's sitting there like, oh, that. Why would I even consider what you like? That's not progressive at all.
No.
So think like that. I pray you. I hope you don't stay on that, because while you looking at me like that, you missing your blessings.
Hey, I always tell people all the time, the more you frown and you drop your eyebrows down, the less you're cutting off your visuals. It's so simple, but it means so much. And so you keep your eyes open and you praise people. You accept when people are trying to do things that you probably could if you just applied yourself a little bit more. It doesn't mean somebody's getting something extra that you're not getting and you're mad about that. But that's a whole nother situation.
That's a whole nother.
As a matter of fact, let me go to break real quick, plug our sponsors, and we'll be back with more from Barry Brewer, because we're going to get a little deep with a couple of issues that are going on in the country. All right. All right. So just real quick, just want to plug my products here. Strive to be perfect, but end up being human. It's my shirts that I've been selling for a couple of years now, but it's just my way of just letting people know I got wristbands as well that have the same message. If you buy a shirt, if you're interested in the shirt, just put it in the comments and you'll get a wristband absolutely free just for buying the shirt. But just to let people know, stop judging, stop holding grudges, stop pointing fingers. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all make mistakes. So that's what this shirt is. And that's what I use when I do my shows on stage. So thank you so much for supporting that. Also, big shout out to my sponsor for today. Again, Angels Place Daycare. If you mentioned that you heard about her, if you're in the 757 Hampton Roads area and you mentioned that you heard about that daycare from me, Quincy Carr, any of my shows, quality comedy, anything, you'll get $50 off your first 4 months for your child being in the daycare, and that is dope. Also, shout out to Melinda Mylock at Just Dance On. She's my other sponsor of my quality comedy series for the whole year. This is your ballroom Latin dance desires, whether you're a couple, whether you're renewing your vows, whether you want a group dance for a project or for an occasion. This is your person. She's in Texas, my hometown or my home state, but she travels back and forth to Virginia to take care of her dancing students. So shout out to her. All right, let's get back to Barry. Now, Barry, so before we continue, I just want to do this lightning round. And don't forget, people, I will be giving away some quarantine cash. There'll be a question that I'm going to ask, a trivia question. So if you've been paying attention, you should be able to answer that question. But I usually do this, but I haven't done this on this show yet. So it's just a lightning round of questions. All right. So just answer it the best way that you can. Dishwashers. Okay. Do you load your silverware facing up or facing down?
Hey, up.
Up. Okay. Explain to me. I was hoping that you said up, because I've had arguments with people. That is the most dangerous thing. If the silverware is up, you got knives, forks, and I don't get it.
Well, they lay in a drawer, so the fork and the spoon faces up, and the knives are just laying flat.
Time out. I forgot you're on a whole different level of being rich. My dishwasher has the little joints that you just drop it down. I don't have no drawer. No. I'm saying in the dishwasher.
Oh, in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
No, they down.
I thought you had a rich dishwasher. I was about to say, what type of dishwasher got a drawer?
You're gonna make me go in and look. No, they're down. Yeah, my utensils are down.
Got you. Okay, yeah. I know some people, they put dishwashers, silverware pointing up, and they said this is the way that they get clean. But how? You point them down, the water thing is on the bottom of it, right?
Yeah.
And it shoots up. Plus, when you're going to go take it out, you don't touch the part that goes in your mouth. I'm very OCD. I'm sorry. I just have to.
Yeah. Well, I guess people don't have a problem touching what goes in their mouth with their hands. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think people sometimes just moving too fast. I don't think well, that's not true either. it's odd that someone would purposely put the knife facing up.
Yes, I
But
know people.
I believe it. But I'm starting, as I get older, man, not too much is surprising me. It's some crazy stuff in the world. You know what I mean?
Facts. Second question: lotion. As
Yeah.
a brother, do you apply lotion daily, or when your wife says so, or when you feel like you're tired of itching?
I have a terrible. I don't apply lotion often. I just recently started because because I think my butt was being dry. I was like, it's scratching. I was like, I washed up, but why is it? She's like, because you're dry. I was like, oh no. So now I only put coconut oil is what I use a lot. I don't put it all over my body. I only put it like on that part that's dry, that be itching. And then if I'm assy, I'll put it on. But no, I do not put it on every day at all. Like I
That is
barely.
a man. That is a man. Look, I try to tell my wife all the time. Look, I'm gonna try to show you. There is no manly way to put on lotion and just. It never will look. It will never look right. I don't care how you spin it. It just doesn't look right. So I appreciate you. So now she knows this is why I don't have to put lotion on until I itch. That's when I need to put that lotion on.
That's it. I'm the same. I don't know if that's good for our skin, but hey, that's just how it is right now.
Yeah. All right. So in the third one, okay, because you travel a lot, cross country, and even globally. When it comes to packing for your trips, are you a packer in advance, or are you last minute? Like, oh gosh, okay, I forgot that. I got to get that.
Yes, I'm last minute. I am last minute. I'm sorry. I just be needing some clothes, so I don't know if I'm gonna need to wear that shirt that I packed 2 days ago for my trip. So I might want to wear it before I go on the trip. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never packed in advance. I always pack. I might pack if it's like a really early flight. I might pack that night.
Yeah.
I gotta wake up in a few hours.
Right. Yeah. I sometimes will do that. Like if I know, okay, I got everything else taken care of, let me just lay out a shirt that I would possibly bring, but I don't pack it. I just lay it out.
So you can throw it in.
Right. I put it in an area for me to get to. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I like that, Ron. I think I'll ask that for future guys because for future guests.
That's funny. Those were great questions too.
Dishwasher. All right. And real quick, shout out to my brother. He's out in LA. He's driving the production from behind. So both he and I are kind of bumping heads at some point. Like I'm trying to put up lower thirds and he's putting them up and I'm clicking to take it down. I'm like, oh no. So shout out to him for helping the brother out.
Yeah, shout out. What's his name?
Jamil.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah. He actually has his own podcast that he's been working on, as well as some other projects, and he's been trying to get into the film industry as far as doing a lot of things behind the camera. So I said, hey, you know what? I want to hire family before I hire anybody else. So that's why he's here.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. Now, Barrett, man, let's get into a couple of deep things. Now, you have sons. Is that correct? Or a son?
Correct. Sons. I have two sons and a daughter.
Okay, and you're from the Chi, okay? And everybody knows, it's no secret, how dangerous the Chi can be for violence. But with the temperature of the country and what's going on, like, well, what are your thoughts and how do you talk to your sons about, I know Black people, we already know that we get the talk. Right? Hey, before you go out there, make sure that you do this and you do that because you don't want to do this. You don't want this to happen. So how does that conversation look like for you?
Oh, man. I try to have my kids understand the reality of being a young Black man in America, trying to prepare them to keep their cool and try to live to always see another day, which is an unfortunate conversation that you have to have. But also, challenge my children to be a change, to make sure that their life is meaningful and the things that they do, that life can be better for their children, that maybe one day they don't have to have that conversation because that's not the climate. So make sure that whatever you're doing in your life, that it makes a difference to hopefully help the generations after you and the kids that you may have. So I talk to my kids about that, but don't live life in fear. That God is, I believe in God. I believe God is, true and real, but use wisdom and use ration and try to, just always try to be under control, try to be as mature as possible and think, have some foresight regardless to what the situation is. So those are the lessons I try to teach my son.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've seen that you shared moments with them when you're able to come home and take them to like a Chicago Bulls game. Like, like those are moments.
My son just waved at me, by the way. He just walked past and waved at me, my oldest son. He's a Morehouse.
Show him on camera.
Aaron, this is my oldest son. He's 20. Wave to the people.
Go ahead, Aaron. Yeah.
Yes. That's my oldest son, and my 10-year-old is upstairs. What, BJ, upstairs? And the one I took to the basketball, yeah. So that's my son. He goes to Morehouse, and he's going into his last year, actually, senior year.
Nice.
And his twin sister, it goes to Clark, and she's going into her senior year there. And my 10-year-old's going to 5th grade. What? Ooh. 5th grade. But you were saying the basketball game. Yeah, man. My son, my youngest son, he hooped. So
yeah. You know what? Speaking of hooping, I know.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Oh yeah, yeah. So speaking of hooping, I know that you play ball. I've seen you do like a quick Insta story after you've been sweating, but I never seen you ball. Okay, but I know that I know that you get deep into it because when y'all came down. When your comedy tour came down, what was it, last August, right? The whole crew is stupid, man, and that was such a dope night. I mean, that was the first comedy tour I had ever brought down to my spot at Dave & Buster's. We sold that joint out, and it was great. And then afterwards, like everybody can do, is take the game card and just play. Man, I'm thinking, everybody wants to play a little basketball game. This brother right here, this brother's like, no, Quincy, I know how many points I got. Let's go again. I'm like, hold up, man. Hold up. It's just like I know how many points I got. He's like, no, we're going to do this again. I'm like, okay.
I'm a competitor. I love hooping, man. You can shoot too. You was hitting him. I'm like, this is his spot. He be here.
Well, this Barry, I know. Like, I know these things. Like, I know my shot looks somewhat unorthodox, but it drops every time. Like, I know that.
Yeah, you shooting on them little. I want one of those in my house. I don't think it can fit in the basement where I want it, and my wife wouldn't let me put it in the front room. So, where I have a tall enough seat to shoot it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, man. Like I used to always get like those little suction cup ones, and I would put it on the door.
Yeah.
And the little Nerf balls, and then probably by about the 5th month, like you see the little Nerf pieces start to peel away, and it's all over the floor. You mess around and start choking, man. But yeah, like you are definitely a competitor at heart, and it's a couple of things.
Mainly with basketball.
Huh?
Mainly just with basketball, though.
Yeah. Well, look, it's like I said, if I can get a chance to see you ball, then
on a real court,
yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, because right now the competitor in me is coming out. Now I'm upset.
I just was hooping last night. I'm getting my win back. Come on.
You said, "Come on."
We can tape it and make it an event. It'll be fun. Your team, your 5 versus my 5.
Hey, look, somebody gonna end up fighting, man. Now, look, it ain't me.
No, we gotta get
me because I don't fight nobody. I just try to laugh and get out of the situation. But I talk cash trash anytime I play ball, right? Whether I'm making my shots or getting whooped, I talk cash trash, and it gets under people's nerves. Like I try to be the Reggie Miller. No. It's like a cross between Reggie Miller and Dennis Rodman. I ain't gonna squeeze.
You're definitely trying to get in a fight there. That's a fight for sure. Because both of them they got into several altercations.
Bro, look, I ain't fondling anybody. but I will get up under your skin and I would be like, yeah, because I'm about to hit this shot. And I may only have 2 points that day.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So a couple of quick things. Now, you because I know that we probably have maybe less than 10 minutes left. So I know that you got somewhere to go.
Gotta get on this call, on another interview.
Yes. So how much time do you have?
No time, really. I'm keep checking in. Oh, is she in here?
Okay. Got you. Well, real quick, tell people where they can see your show tonight, and I'm gonna put up a little clip from your show, but you can definitely talk over it. But tell people where they can see your show tonight, your live stand-up comedy special.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for that, bro. My stand-up special, Chicago Home, will be premiering tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW network. I don't know what channel that is for each and every one of you. You have to check your local listings. But the CW owns a few different networks, so it's everywhere. You can type it in, you can Google it in your city, and it'll come up to exact what channel it is. It's a happy hour every Tuesday on the CW. They premiering a comedian, and I was one of the ones chosen for that. So it's really, really tight and really amazing and such a blessing. So please check that out. Quincy, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on, man.
Hey, man, thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for inspiring people. Thank you for being a good example to your sons, because that's 2 or 3 more kids that's going to be, a person that's going to be a productive citizen here in this world that we live in. Keep being blessed, man, and we will get at each other, whether it's on the basketball court or we'll see each other on the stage, dog.
And I need some lotion.
Yeah, lotion. All right, man, I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, people, look, thank y'all again for tuning in. Now, I did say quarantine cash. So Barry is gone. He had to run and go take care of another interview he's got right before his comedy special airs. But y'all don't forget, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CW network, you're going to see his comedy special, Chicago, I'm Home. Okay. So it is funny. It is hilarious. It's been on Amazon Prime for the last year. So definitely go check that out. And also, so for $25 of quarantine cash, all you got to do is be the first one in the comments. Be the first one in the comments to put the answer. What? Hold up. Let me make sure I got the right question. Let me see. What was the question? Okay. Yeah. So what was the college that his oldest son attends? This was easy because he just said it not too long before he got on. What is the college that his oldest son attends? What is the college that Barry's oldest son attends? Okay, his son is 20. So you guys put the comments. The first person to say it is going to get $25. Just put your Cash App with the comments. And after this live ends, I will send you that money. You can use it, put some gas in your car, go buy some Snickers, do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, we got people putting it in. It looked like, I think Shannon, it looked like Shannon got it first. Morehouse. Yes, Shannon, you got it. So Shannon, I will send you our Cash App. I think I have your Cash App anyway. Thank you, everybody. Letitia, George, thank you for putting in. Look like you just missed hitting that enter button like a millisecond later. As a matter of fact, no, hold up. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, it was Rossi. All of y'all hit the button at the same time, but Shannon got it in first. Shannon's comment hit first, so it does go to Shannon. I want to make sure I was being fair. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's like I said, if you guys are interested in my shirts, you get a free wristband that says the same thing. I strive to be perfect, but end up being human. Just my way of just pushing positivity to let people know we got to stop judging. We got to stop holding grudges. We got to stop pointing fingers, because at the end of the day, your mistake is not bigger than my mistake. At the end of the day, we made a mistake because we're human beings first. So, y'all can help me spread that love. It ain't got nothing to do with me not qualifying for pandemic unemployment assistance. Okay? Had nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to sell the products and stuff that I have, because we can't perform nowhere. So for me to sell this stuff. So I certainly appreciate you. If you guys are interested, just leave a comment and says I am interested, or send me a direct message and I'll get you all the information that you need. But I certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. This was show number, I know it's the last show of June. And all month, it has been such a great, just great guest. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Lonnie. Hey, what's going on, Eddie? One of my comedy brothers for the DC Comedy Festival. I got to get you as a guest on there too, my man, from the DC Comedy Festival. And yeah, thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in. But yeah. So if you guys are interested, just drop a line in the comments, say I'm interested, and we'll reach out to you afterwards. Shannon Parker, y'all congratulate her. She got the quarantine cash for today's show, and I'll send that to you. And for all the comics here in the area, man, y'all keep grinding. Hey, thank you, Scrap. I certainly do appreciate you tuning in too, my man. Now that we know that you look like Barry Brewer, now that we know that you are his other twin here in Virginia. But to my local comics, or to my comics here in the local area, you guys keep growing, because I'm not going to stop trying. Okay, period. And at the end of the day, we all can come together and keep growing together and just keep growing out of this area in terms of just showing people that there is something in the water here in the comedy scene. There's something in the water, obviously, in the music scene. So certainly do appreciate all y'all for tuning in, and thank you all for the comments. And yeah, I will see y'all next week. I got to figure out a theme for the month of July for my guests in the month of July. I'll let y'all know at another time. Hey, what's going on, Lonnie? I love to buy some more and a t-shirt or 3. Hey, thank you so much. I will send you some information after I end here. So thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, it's time to rock and roll. I am out.
Daddy told jokes.